to get it back for us. You take your time, then let me know if you wanna stay or if you wanna go. I know you have difficulty knowing me, but you don't have difficulty showing me that we just need to get away. I'll take you on a wild adventure if you want to go. We're locked in place and sing together, please just let me know. unlimited time. Sun is out and you get to your prime. We're falling for love, we're falling for lust, we're falling through everything. You see the summer's getting closer. We don't feel like we are getting older. So show me what you have to bring. I'll take you on a wild adventure if you want to go. We're locked in places, sing together. Please just let me know. Won't you synchronize with me? You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything. Won't you synchronize with me? You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything. Won't you synchronize with me? You can be my everything, my everything. You can be my everything, my everything.
Hello? Can you hear me? I hope I'm loud and clear. Clubbing with DJ Frank. Clubbing. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Choo Friday. How do you guys doing? If you're still working, I'm sorry. I'm free. I'm done. The week is over. It's weekend. What up, Frank? I'm okay. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Oh, you'll love that shirt. Yeah. What does that t-shirt say? That's the right answer, Princeton. That's a good question. Oh boy. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Let me scroll up a little before we start doing anything. Is the music volume okay? I feel it's a bit too low though. Let's pump it up a little. I feel like a little bit more pumpy music. Here we go. So let's see what's going on in the chat here real quick. Well, Piston. Hey, am I first? You were the first to respond though. Hello mate, how do you do? Mammoth is here. Hello, Andy in the house. Hey Andy, how do you do? Bassam is here. Carl says, hey Frank, hi all. Hey all. Thomas, hey mate. Spammity spam. Ramco Verhagen, hey mate, how do you do? Let us see. Choo choo homies. Choo train. Timo made a train. A choo choo train. Thank you mate. Choo choo train. Oh yeah. Hello Robert, how do you do? A lot of spam. Sounds like a goof stream. Soulfly, I'm not sure if it's a goof stream. I am very well not prepared. Can't spam. Can't spam? Oh, yeah. Friday stream again? Yeah, it is a Friday stream. Hello boys, hello. Juan C. Thomas, hey Frank, hey all, hey mate. Dr. Z's in the house. Spam Sam, choo choo homies, choo choo. Space Flood homies. Absolutely. I love that song. Space Flood. I got timed out for spamming already. Dr. Z's is in the house. You got timed out, mate? Oh boy, oh boy. That should not happen. I should promote you, by the way. Great shirt. Thank you so much, sir. That's appreciated, Robert. Why was the Dr. C's chat removed, but not the spammer? I don't know. I don't know. I think he is... It's a self-learning mechanism, you know? Legal symbols or caps probably. Might be. David, hey mate, how do you do? That's not a bong. It is not. It's not a bong. But I'm going to need it tonight. So this is tube. Just tubing. We need some tube today for the thing I'm going to build. You're on a naughty list. I'm sure you are, mister. I'm reasonably sure my neighbors can hear me blasting this. Oh boy, Robert. Don't get people into a fight. Hey Victor, hello from Portugal. How do you do, mate? I'm ordering some from PCB Way. Oh, you're related to PCB Way? Cool, mate. And Frank always has the best intros. Really? Just the weirdest one, I guess. Yeah, boy. You can hear me loud and clear. What up? What up? Simply Gardner, what up? What's up? What does the t-shirt say? Yeah, figure that out. That you need to get some. Lydius, you need to get some. You have vacation now, Frank? Jealous in the case. No, I do not have vacation. It's just weekend. Monday morning I will be rise and shine and heading for the office. So, hey Skelly, how do you do? We has no music. You has no music? You should have music. Hey Frank, great topic. Looking forward to it. Me too. I have no clue what I'm going to do. So I bought all the parts and that's where it ended. So I'm continuing the story literally on stream and I don't know, mate. Be calmo. Thank you for the follow, man. That's appreciated. You're now officially a home assistant homie. And please let me know in the chat, sir. Do you like cats or dogs? That's the question, right? Cats or dogs? What do you think of my new apartment, Frank? Just ordered a combi going well with Xiaomi sensors. Oh, really? Oh boy, that looks great. May I switch to it? Yeah, it's public in the chat already. Here we go. Real quick. Look at the new apartment. Simply garden, that looks darn, like, neat. That's way neater than my stuff looks, though. Gotta be honest here. Gotta be real honest. Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, Jeff the Dog, how do you do? Arthur, hi from Belgium. Hey, mate. Welcome, welcome. My neighbors probably hear me having fun. I'm usually the quiet guy. Oh boy. Dogs, you like dogs? Okay. Thank you for letting me know. Here's Snoop Dogg in the house for you. Thank you for the follow, mate. That's appreciated. Beep, beep, beep. Oh well. Mark Sigro, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. That's appreciated as well, sir. Do you like cats or dogs? Please leave it in the chat. So, the music is too loud in my ears though. I can barely hear myself, that's weird. Visual, I built a Luftdaten dust temperature sensor logo a while ago. Very easy to build. Well, sir, wow, you got up with the chat in record time. I guess so. I guess so. I'm going to jump on the subject of what I'm going to build in a second though, since I first want to do something I haven't done yet. I was home late today because I had a little party before I came here, so we had work, and then I went to my brother-in-law, his birthday, so I said hi, and you know, you have to go. That's fine, I had fun, but nevertheless, I'm now right here, and there was a package waiting for me, and I have not opened it. I know what it is though, so I'm going to open that package with you guys. And so let me start by opening up my hand. Can I switch to the hands scene? Hands? Hands. This works. So this is for today. We need a breadboard. We obviously need something to connect to the computer. USB, but that's later. Gary Wilson! Thank you so much, sir. That's appreciated. Here we go. 7 months in a row. Yeah, boy. Thank you so much, Gary. That's absolutely appreciated. Thank you so much. So we discussed this last stream. So if you guys were on my stream of last Tuesday, you might have caught up with my camera discussion. And during the camera discussion, we had a talk about, okay, which one to buy, like a Dahua or Hikvision was part of the discussion, and all those brands. And we looked at like videos by Quindar and videos by the hookup, Rob the hookup, and I actually decided, well, let's just go for this Reolink guy. So it came in the mail today already. So I ordered this on Wednesday, and it's already here. And now I realize this camera is not like made for unpacking this box probably, but I'm going to open it anyway. I do not have. I think I cannot connect it right now. But at least I want to see the quality. Like I was a bit off worried about the quality of this thing, like the build base and the plastic stuff. And some of you guys actually recommended it. Pascal recommended it. Paul Sinclair recommended it. There were a couple of other guys here who said, well, it's just basically a good device. So I went for it. I bought one. I need to open it up, and I now realize, sitting here, that I have no tools. Which would probably be a bit dumb since I'm going to build a sensor, but never mind. I got a pen. I'm going to open it with a pen right here, right now. Oh, sorry about that. So I cannot show you the box. The camera is way too low, but we got books. Interesting how they have HTTPS on the web address on the box. They do? They do. So, why is that interesting though? I know it's in mirroring, so probably this is better. Reolink.com, unboxing time. Yeah, I cannot play with it, but, well, we have some books and stuff. Nice. Oop. Don't need it. network cable. We need an Ethernet cable. I'm so happy they delivered one. I have a large shortage. No, I don't. Okay. Holy moly, it's packed pretty cool. Like, this foam stuff. I almost cannot get it out. Weird. Okay, what's this? This is like, I don't know, some port for cabling, squeezing action thingy. Okay, never mind. And this is the other part from the box, so that's the camera. Now the box is empty. Oh. Yeah, fine. Let me see. I'm curious. This is short, but okay length-ish, I guess. I don't know. This is some kind of button. Some kind of button, apparently. Maybe it's like a connect button or something, I don't know. Then we have power, and this is the Ethernet. Didn't it have Wi-Fi? Oh well. That thing is for weatherproofing the Ethernet connection. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, that makes sense. There's also a profile on here, so probably just like so, right? Okay. Well. Oh boy. That actually looks pretty decent. It feels decent. I'm not sure what it's made of. Let me check. Like, I think you like. This can probably open up or something, then it can get out, I think. But this is actually decent built. The base is not plastic, it's like an alloy metal. They told me this was plastic, but it isn't. It's an alloy metal kind of thing, though. You can see that by like the paint ends right here a bit. Yeah. It's lightweight though, and it's probably not as decent as, like, I don't know, full metal stuff. I'm not sure how to call it, but still it is decent metal. And it's 5 megapixels, and the price is not bad though. Okay, I'm surprised. It's Frank proof. What else? Let me see the chat. Let me go. Getting a USG tomorrow. Big learning curve expected. The USG is pretty easy to handle though. But I'm not sure where your level of knowledge is on that part, but awesome equipment. Unboxing time, yeah, probably. Got a USG recently. I really liked it. It's amazing gear. I have edge routers, so from the same manufacturer, but like more less UI clicky stuff. But yeah, it's amazing stuff. The thingy for weatherproof the internet connection. Oh, we had that part already. We should send Frank weird gadgets. Frank's unboxing stream would be very fun. I always have the idea to like go into AliExpress and see if I can find the most weirdest thing that I can hook up to Home Assistant. That's still like a thing in my head. Fed up with Virgin's media router. I can understand. Danny B, hey Frank, hey Danny, how do you like it? Dr. C's, it's Frank proof. I guess so. It's definitely better in quality than I expected for the money. I'm actually a bit amazed. I hope the thing actually is as quality high as advertised, but since the hookup did a video on it and he was pretty much okay with it, so I expect quite a bit of quality. But this is There's also a sticker with quality passed, so it must be good, right? Quality assured. I'm pretty decent. Honey! The ninja! Daphne? Have you seen it?
What?
The camera.
No.
Pretty darn nice. Okay. So that's the camera. That said, the black part with the screw would look better in all white. Yeah, I agree though. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty decent, right, for the money?
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Not cheap as plastic.
Yeah, it's not
It's
cheap as
really
plastic.
decent.
Men's
Zijn dat
cat
lampjes, die
optic.
dingetjes eromheen?
Yeah, that's the lights around the lens. Those are the infrared lights, so it can see in the dark.
Waarom zitten er overal lampjes op, behalve die onderste?
That's a motion sensor, probably. Does it work without a cloud connection? Podkiller, yes it does. You can use them with cloud. You can use it with cloud, and you can use it without a cloud. So you can. I will lock it into isolated network, and it will be RTSP, which I will be using. So yeah, nice cam, Frank. Thank you, Jeroen. It does all the settings, I suppose.
Oh, weet
Probably,
je wat
yeah.
Ik vind het geld wel waard.
Yeah, it's worth the money.
Ja.
Well,
Maar ja, oké.
we haven't used it yet, but
Maar hoe dit voelt en in vergelijking met andere dingen, dan
Ja.
is dit wel echt...
seriously nice.
Ja. Oh, dit wil ik wel buiten hebben hangen.
She approves. We have the WAV factor. Yeah. Nice,
Ik
huh?
vind hem echt mooi.
Cool.
Ik vind hem ook kwalitatief.
She likes it, so that's okay. There we go.
Zit ik aan deze kant op het toestel te kijken, terwijl je daar ook gewoon
Ja?
kan kijken.
Sure. Oh god.
Sorry.
Thank you for this interference. Well, I asked for it. Can we take a look at your router setup? No. I cannot simply. If I... God. No, it's not funny. No, I cannot show you my setup in my router, since that will reveal all kinds of data which I do not want to. So that would be an issue. Such a coincidence. I got 4 of the same cams last week. They were great. Thank you, Carlo, for confirming that, by the way. Now we see it's wife-proof. Yeah. Why are you in selfie mode today? Mirrored image of you. That's because this camera is mirrored. I've never took the opportunity to change it. I should. I'm sorry. The metal will be powered mature and thus pressed into shape. Well, that's fine by me. It feels decent. I expected this thing, like this base, to be like cheap plastic stuff, and it isn't. So I'm happy. So right now it at least is better than I expected, and it looks nice. And I hope the image is as nice as everybody says it does. I'm making your doorbell at the moment. Here we go, Thomas. Let me know how it goes, mate. I'm laughing my ass off. Here's the ninja. She's a great hand model. Oh boy. You're a great hand model, honey. Which version is the camera? This would be the 420 something. Reolink RLC 425 megapixels. Hey Thomas, for VDL, thank you for the follow, man. That's appreciated. You're now officially a Home Assistant homie, and please let me know in the chat, sir. Do you like cats or dogs? Just type in the chat. Cats, dogs, easy. So this is a 5 megapixel 420 Reolink camera. So something version is model. Yeah, I got that. So this is the Reolink RCL 420 5 megapixel version. Something. Dropped it in the chat. I hope it's I have no clue. I'm going to hook it up tomorrow or something. Soon. Looks really... Okay, so that's enough of that camera, right? That's enough camera for today. That's enough camera. back in the box. Day, damn son.
Where'd you find this?
Smoke weed. Drink every day. Smoke weed every day. Damn son. Thank you for that, Lulius, the little intermezzo. So let's talk about what I'm actually wanting to do today. Sorry if I missed, but what's the price for this camera? I paid around 50 bucks on AliExpress. Reolink itself, like the manufacturer itself, has a shop on AliExpress. So if you go to AliExpress and search for the Reolink, you will find the official Reolink store. And they will ship from Germany, China, America, whatever you want. They have multiple countries which you can select from, which is pretty cool since I did not have to pay any fees and taxes to get it here, and it was here within a couple of days, so whatever. Sorry if I missed the price. Okay, we had a burger caught an infrared camera here in the Netherlands. Nice, police had a look, but said they could work with the images because they couldn't identify colors. That's bullshit. Please consider a flashlight as well. Well, we have lights on the multiple places. I'm talking about this in a sec. The RLC model, yes, currently on sale for $38 US on the website. Really? Wow. Okay, I should have bought it 2 days later. Wah, wah, wah. Let me know if you'd like it. Been looking for a front door camera, but need it to be good quality. Like for this price, I'm not sure. It could be, I'm pretty okay with okay quality for this price, to be honest. Here it is. Andy Jackson posted a link. That's where you can get it, apparently. Let me see. Do I need to approve it? It's not coming through. Okay, whatever. There you go. That's the one I bought, indeed. And watch out. There's a 4 megapixel and a 5 megapixel version. So sometimes you will see the 4 megapixel version. The 5 megapixel version is like almost the same price. Get that one. Easy, right? Okay. So let's talk about the thing I was going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about this little fella here I have in the plastic. I could probably better do the hands again. Let me go to the hands camera. I'm going to talk about this little fella. And I also have a little piece of wire here. Little piece of wire. I'm going to talk about, well, this thing. Let's talk about this thing. This is a laser sensor. Laser. It's a laser. Laser. And this laser can measure particle dust, like fine dust, like really tiny particles in the air. And I'm going to use this to build a sensor that tells me how many particles, like 2.5 micrometer sized particles and 10 micrometer sized particles are in the air, which tells you something about, like, I don't know, the quality of the air, right? So this is one of these things. And in case you want to know, this is a DSD-011. So I have a link in case you want. frank.link/DSD0011. This is the sensor you see right here. I put it in the chat. This is the sensor, and this is the sensor I'm going to work with. It comes with a cable, and it comes with a USB stick, which is actually just a serial port thingy, and it's really nice not needing it today. So this is one piece of the puzzle. The other piece is, well, you've seen this, right? This is a tube, and this tube goes right on here. So right on this end, and then you can like pull in the air from somebody else. I think he means SDS. Oh boy, did I make a typo? Yeah, I did. Oh boy. Oh boy. SDS. That's probably better. Yeah. I'm sorry. That's a bit stupid of me. But this is the sensor I'm using. It's a Nova PM sensor. Particle matter sensor. So this little tube is something we need. And I need another sensor, which I will look in a second for humidity and stuff. I have a box full of sensors and crap. Maybe we can look for it. So basically we're going to need some stuff. Let me see. I think I'm going for the D1 Mini. This is a D1 Mini. I think I got some ESPs left, some ESP32s, but I think those are overkill and probably won't work for what I'm going to do. This is a large 8266, but the D1 Mini will probably do. And let me see. Yeah, I think this one is a BME 280 sensor, and this is a temperature, humidity, and barometric pressure sensor. Here we go. It is right. I have the correct one right. There's so many sensors in this box. Yeah, this is a TSL. And this is the GY BME 280. Yeah, this is 280. So these will be the main building blocks and some wiring and cabling. So we have the D1 Mini that acts as an ESP. We have the particle measurement device laser thingy and the BME 280. So let's talk about what I'm going to build. We need the tubing. We need tubing. Then there's another part. Let's see. Are you going to use ESP Home or Luftdaten? That's a good question. I'm going to use Luftdaten, and I'm going to show you what it is in a second, though. Hi Nesty, how do you do, mate? I have one of those BME sensors, but either mate is go proof. I'm doing somewhere. Go proof. I have used these in the past, and they were pretty decent and okay. But this method is probably pretty easy, since I wanted to do something that I can do in one stream, something I can use, and well, there we go. This is going to be outside. So if this is going to be outside, we're going to get, like, I don't know, this needs to be protected, obviously. But it's going to give us like a lot of readings, right? Like a lot of sensors. Isn't that particle sensor used in fire alert systems? Or could it be? Yes, they could be used. But I'm going to use it outside, since I want to measure air quality. Newman B, thank you for the follow, man. You're now officially a Home Assistant homie, and let me know in the chat, sir, do you like cats or dogs? So these sensors need to be protected outside, right? And so is this board and right. So they need to go outside, but they still need to be able to get some air and flow and stuff and temperature and I don't know. So I was looking for a box and actually found on Luftdaten a really nice, simple way to protect these. So what I got is one of these. It's like, it's used for sewaging. It has those rubber fills in it. And this is 75mm and it actually fits exactly in here. Like this just fits. And there is space enough. But still, stuff can go out, right? So I bought 2 of these. Like this little corner 75mm sewer stuff. And this just fits in. And so does this end. So if I now put in like the stuff in here before doing this, air can go through and things should be fine, right? Secondly, I bought some of these. And this should go over here. Wow, that's a big snap. And I should be able to hang them outside like so. Right? So that's the idea. That's the idea. Low contrast is sending the link already. That's cool. And that's where I'm going now. So what is this all? And this is not new. I did not think of this myself. I got some instructions. And I tried to build something myself, as in I've looked at it. but I looked at this project and I actually really liked it. I liked the project that's already been built and which you can join. It's a public project and you can share your data with the world for all kinds of purposes. That's cool. And the coolest part is you can share it with 2 projects at the same time that do the same thing. And both of the projects are supported by Home Assistant. So here you go. Let me switch to my desktop real quick here. Let's talk about what I'm doing. Welcome to my desktop. So it was linked by low contrast already, the construction manual, but let's talk about like the public part of this. Let's start with Luftdaten, the construction he made. So we have Luftdaten. Luftdaten, it's German. And they actually have the build guides for this. Yeah, I just bought the parts. I just like it. I've been trying with the ESP Home to see if I could mimic the same thing. But that would lose the ability to join this public project, which I kind of like. So I stopped with the ESP Home thingy, and I'm going to use like a pre-made image for this. Spooky Tree Pots! Thank you so much for the follow, man. That's appreciated. You're now officially a Home Assistant homie, and please let me know in the chat, sir. Do you like cats or dogs? And there we have low contrast as well in the building. Hey, low contrast, how do you do? You're now officially a Home Assistant homie too, and let me know in the chat, sir. Do you like cats or dogs? Or the other magic word, that's fine too. So this is Luftdaten, and what it basically is, it's a network where all people, like, look at this. Looks familiar, right? Looks familiar. The only difference is they have a DH222 in the image, and I'm going to replace it with the BME280, since the BME280 will also do barometric pressure. So that's 3 sensors it adds, and this will add 2 sensors. So that's a total of 5 sensors coming from this little thing. So here we go. Low contrast, thank you so much, sir. That's appreciated. Here we go. Yeah, boy. Thank you so much, sir. That's really appreciated. I'm trying all my projects support Home Assistant because BLE tracking. I'm not such a fan of BLE tracking. Uses BME for a while side now, some Dells one-wise pool. Great, but yeah, keeping humidity away from connectors and solder joints is always a bit of a challenge for me, at least. Yeah, I can see that happening, Proto. I can see that happening. So they deliver a guide on how to do this, but we're not going to talk about a guide yet. Let's talk about what it does. You can hook up your sensors to the public. So this is a public map of all the sensors that are out there. So let's take a look at the area I live in. I live near Anchkiki. Here we go. So this is the area I live in. There are a couple of sensors here, and you can already use these sensors. I can read them. And there's some pictures here and dashboard and info. So this is Luftdaten, and they collect all this data, and it's used for all kinds of things, but mainly to like get some decent info on air quality, right? That's what it's used for. And it's also used by a Dutch government, which reads those data as well and uses it to analyze it. Then we have a project called OpenSenseMap. OpenSenseMap is a kind of a similar thing. The only thing is with OpenSenseMap is that they do not deliver like this piece. However, the Luftdata software, firmware we're going to flash on this little ESP is compatible with OpenSenseMap. So you can open up an account on both and send data to both parties. That's kind of cool, right? So if you can see here, it's probably the same sensors. If I would zoom in, you would find the exact same sensor we looked at like just a moment ago, right here. So this is the exact same sensor we looked at, and they have a picture. So this is how this thing looks, which is kind of nice, and some data here as well. So that's cool, right? But this is public data, and this data can be used in Home Assistant. So let's go to the Home Assistant parts. This is the health integration section. So this is all about health, which is a little bit weird since it's not about, like, I've searched for these to find the right category. Because I expected health to be like, I don't know, sleep trackers and those kinds of stuff, but actually there are some of those but they're in here as well. So Luftdaten is here, and Open Sense Map is here as well. So what you can do is just hook up your account and get your sensor information from them with a scan interval, which is kind of nice. So you can pull in your own data or the data that is already public. So if there's one near you, you can get this data already. That's kind of nice. But contributing to it is, in my humble opinion, nice as well. So that's Luftdaten. And Open Sense Map is here as well. Here we go. So you can give it a station ID and the sensors will flow in. So that's how it works. Pretty cool, right? I think you should be able to publish your own with Luftdata API, some pilot. Would that be an option? I've looked at it. Yes, that's possible. The API of Luftdata is actually an Open Sense Map as well. It's pretty well described, so you could like build your own thing in Python or any language at all. The reason why I do not went with ESP Home yet is because A, they have, by the looks of it, pretty nice firmware already. B, ESP Home is not able to communicate with APIs. So if I would do this with ESP Home, I would have to create like an extra script that reads data from Home Assistant and then sends it to Luftdaten, which, I don't know, feels a bit weird. So I'm going to whatever. Frank, can you lift up the chat message a bit? Fire TV can see him. Nope, cannot, Carlo. I'm sorry. That's not possible. Hey, Mr. Banani, how do you do? Thank you for tuning in. So this is basically it. I really like the idea of being able to publish this. What amazes me, like real amazement for me personally. I'm not sure. Is there anybody from America watching here? Like, say hi if you're from the States or Canada or something. Well, Dr. C's indeed. And he is watching. Andy is here. Like quality of air is important, right? Like knowing if like smog and stuff, that's the thing you detect with these things in the industry and those kind of things. Like on hot days, the number of particles in the air would rise. But what the hell is wrong with you people? What? Off the Kriamaka, thank you for the follow, man. That's appreciated. You're now officially a Home Assistant homie, and please let me know in the chat, sir. Do you like cats or dogs? Hi from Button. Not in the US, Frank. Yeah. Oh. But like these are cheap and easy to build. Let's be honest. Let's tell you a bit about what these things cost, right? We all know this D1 Mini is like $3 or something, and that's expensive. And in that case, so you can probably get them cheaper. This BME sensor would probably set you back a couple of cents, so I don't count this piece. This little tube you need, you can get it. I bought it like at an aquarium store, like with fish and stuff. And I bought a meter and it cost me 50 cents, so that's cool. This thing is the expensive part one, so this is like $15 or something, around that price range. But it has a laser, so that should be okay, right? But that's the most expensive part, and it will give you tons of data on the air quality outside. Indeed, I saw Lydia saying something about his asthmatic stuff, so that's important to him. Yeah, if you are asthmatic or sensitive to those kinds of things, it will really be helpful. But my amazement was to see, like, this thing is fully supported. It's a pre-built manual. You get the software, it's easy to build, it's not rocket science, and you can contribute your data to the world and use it yourself. And the States is just empty. It's just empty. Then I thought, okay, you know what? This is just Open Sense Map. Open Sense Map is not so popular in the States. So let's go back to Luftdaten. Let's go back to Luftdaten. This must be an Open Sense Map thing, right? This must be an Open Sense Map thing. Oh, wait. So here we go. So you can contribute your data, and it's not sensitive data, it's environment data. So I think that's a good cause. You can use the data yourself, and it's fun to build. Like, it's a simple DIY project. I think it would be fun, right? Jersey present. Hey, Jersey. Let's see what's going on in the chat. I missed a part. Hi from Canada. We gotta change that. We should change the Dr. C's. You're going to build one. Can we make a deal? Will you build one? Can you promise? Can you promise? Hi from Canada, Thomas. Hey. Hi from Belgium. Belgium is pretty well covered. Netherlands, Deutschland is pretty well covered. France is coming up. Italy, the top part is kind of okay. I have to figure out what's wrong with us. Please let me know. We don't like sharing with each other. Is that a problem, Dr. C's? Is that truly the issue? I'm already pushing out public weather data. I'll get around to this next. There we go, Robert. That's the spirit. I locally pulled the data to HA from command line sensors. That's people like Dr. C's, like people in the US, he tells don't like to share.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm not sure why. I don't know. Wobson X would invade that sensor box here in the USA within a week. Well, you could just like use like a little piece of what's called like fly, like to get the mosquitoes out. I'm not sure what's called. Horgas?
Yeah, that's
I'm not sure. That's not an international word. Horgas.
Let me Google that for you.
Yeah, let's call it horn gaze. Nee, horgas. It is like fine
Mosquito
net thingy.
thingy.
Yeah. But that would probably
mosquito
fix it.
thingy.
A mosquito
Thingy.
kinda piece thingy.
Looks like purple.
Except for metros, USA is quite sparse and less air issues. I want to see it. Put it on a map. Those are these sensors. Oh, hi from Belgium, New Jersey percent. In London we have lots of open sensors, but I think it's nice to build my own. There you go. And you would have access to your data. So the firmware actually exposes an API point on your local network, so you can access it directly if you want to. Frank, is there a similar paid service in the US? Maybe. I'm not sure why you would pay for it. OpenSenseMap is like these services are for free since the data you send in is used and made publicly available as well. And you can support them if you want to. On betterplace.org you can support them.
It's just a mosquito net.
It's just a mosquito net? Okay. So you can use a little mosquito net. Thank you, hon.
Let me Google that for you, hon.
Net or mesh is the word. Okay, well, a net or mesh. Here we go. Maybe I will build one. I have an ESP temp humidity sensor too. Half project done. Here we go. Screen. Okay. In comparison, though, there are a lot of public weather sensors and lightning station. Check out blitzunk.org. Blitzunk.org. Haven't seen it yet. Yeah. Oh, I've seen it. The lightning network. Yep. Yeah, that's cool. Oh boy, are we getting bad weather? It has sound, that's annoying. Turn off, mute. Mute site, get off. But that's cool, I didn't realize this, by the way. Live lightning map. But that's just a couple of sensors as well.
Ready, set, go.
Not sure. Cool. For lightning, that's cool. I've built one, represent North Yorkshire, UK. Most of the sensors from there seem to be south. I'm just above Leeds. Oh, that's cool, mister. There's a lot of empty space here for sure. Yeah. It's recommended to use a net there. I've seen a picture of birds building a nest. Okay, that's cool. Do it! 3D printer! Yes, there are 3D printed parts for this as well. I do not own a 3D printer, so I'm using this lame piece of stuff. But there are 3D printable cases for this as well. And I've even seen cases with solar panels on it, like 3D printable case with a little solar panel and a battery. So there are all kinds of options out there to make this like freaking sexy, right? A lot of AQ sensor in the US. That's government based indeed. That's government. But public data is like cool as well. I like public data. Get a 3D printer from online. Yeah, that's possible. So they have a nice little instruction manual. Let me share the link here for the instruction manual. And this is the Luftdaten instruction manual. And they say, okay, you need these parts, which is fine. I have these parts. I use a different sensor, not the DH222. I use the BMA280. This is what you need, how to assemble it, and the firmware you can download, you can change it, whatever. It's open source, it's on GitHub. Install firmware, it's just flashing the chip. And I'm not sure why the images don't load. Should I zoom out or something? Yeah. So they have a manual on how to connect that thing. So that's pretty freaking cool. And then they have a manual on how to connect this all and how to make it work. Here we go. So this is actually what I'm going to build. Then you have a little bit of firmware, which you can like set a password and do some configuration stuff and get data from, and then you can hook it up to your account. So that's it. Frank, you can also use a pantyhose from your wife to keep the flies out. Good idea. Good idea. I kind of like the pipe, makes it feel a bit DIY and bucked together. Me too, to be honest. And I will probably put on like a Home Assistant sticker here, just because it looks cool. And then put it in a place where it's outside of the sun, of course, to get some data. So let's get to it. Let's make a sensor. Let's make a sensor. I got the stuff, right? Alright, you convinced me. I'll order the particle sensor. I have all the rest, at least one US node. It's a start. It's a start. So it's not battery powered though, so you need a USB cable hanging out at the end. Yeah, could be like coming out here and then go into the wall I'm putting it at. In my case, but you can power a battery if you want to. But still, it should come out somewhere. And like I said, there are multiple versions of this one. So if you go to search for Luftdaten sensors and 3D prints and stuff, you can solar power it. You need a little regulator and a couple of those 18, 50, 60 battery stuff. It's not that hard. I think a solar panel would set you back like $10 to solar power this. You could solar power it. It's an ESP. You can. Yes, you can solar power it. So I'm going to put away this little thing, which I'm in my hand all the time since I do not have a place for it. So I do not need it. I'm going to worry about the electronics first. I guess I'm going to start with flashing the software into this chip because, well, I don't know. Because I need it. I got a little board, a breadboard as well. Not sure if I would need it, but it's here. We need wires. I have some wires. Let's start with flashing the board. Let's see, what do I need? I need some kind of shopping list. It's all here. Drivers, firmware, flasher. I do not need flasher. I want a firmware. Ah, well. Rob Sheriff, thank you for subscribing on YouTube, man. That's appreciated. You're now officially a Home Assistant homie. And please let me know in the chat, sir. Do you like cats or dogs? So I downloaded their flasher. It's fine. Luftdaten flashing tool. Just installed it. Luft. There we go. Yes. Oh. Not allowed to run it because it's not protected or something, not signed. Where is it? Where's my security tab? Hold on. Open anyway. Open. Well, there we have it. Small little program. I'm looking at all this for the first time, by the way. I have not test driven this at all. I have no clue what I'm going to do. Right? Just so you know, I'm probably going to fail. Although it doesn't look like failable. So let's hook up this this board. Come on, freaking cable. Board hooked up. Outside of the camera. Board hooked up. And then I should click upload. Oh, it already recognized it. Well, that's convenient. Upload it. Okay. Seems to be working. Finished. In 8.03 seconds. Well, that was easy. Okay, now what? Discovery. Refresh. Yeah, that's not how it works. So how do I get in? Like, okay, install the firmware. I should read before asking questions. Yeah, okay, nice. Putting it all together, fine. Okay. Connect the station with a power cable. The station tries to connect with the configured one access point. I haven't configured anything. With the particle matter ID. Oh, okay. So this ID is the name of the Wi-Fi network. I should be able to find that one. Is there an ID floating already? Nope. I might need to reset it after flashing. Hold on. Well, I'll see a MicroPython thingy, so this thing runs MicroPython probably. Okay, I'm going to connect to it. Almost done. Soon you can measure fine dust. Got to work on a pitch. Oh boy. Let me take my watch off here. I'm not sure how I'm connected to the internet at a point. I have to find out how I am streaming. Am I streaming via Wi-Fi? Or am I streaming using... Oh boy, I have no clue. Paul Sinclair, 7 months in a row. Thank you so much, sir. That's appreciated. Yeah, boy. Thank you so much, sir. That's appreciated. So, what I'm going to do, I need to connect to that thing over Wi-Fi. Seriously, I need to. And I have no clue if I'm currently streaming over Wi-Fi or not. So... Am I streaming over Wi-Fi or over cable? That's going to be a tricky one. Network. I'm not connected. Oh, I'm streaming over Wi-Fi, I am? Oh boy. Okay, let's start using my phone in that case. That's... Okay, so I'm going to do this with my phone, since I'm streaming over freaking Wi-Fi. How is it even possible? I'm connected to only Wi-Fi, and I'm streaming off it. Yeah, we have good Wi-Fi. We have Unify, hun. Okay, never mind. I'm going to do this with my mobile, which just has 1% of battery. I'm going to catch a little cable. What? You have to take the charger as well. Huh? Hold on, I'm going to get one. I don't know if you know where it is. Yeah, I know. I nice prep work. Yeah, I'm terrible one. I usually test my connection. Not sure why. Hold on, I'll be right back though.
Break it down. I'm searching for some sunshine. Just need one ray through the dark skies. I gotta look for the bright side. I know we're gonna be alright. I know we're gonna be alright.
Here you go. Found the long cable, so I do not have to reach over to actually control my phone. Here we go. The long iPhone cable. Let's see what's going on. We have Unify Honey. Yeah. Nice prep work, sorry. No dropouts either. No, my Wi-Fi is pretty stunning. I love the Unify stuff. Let's put up the cap again. It's weird to stream without something on my head, though. Someday Frank will be prepared for the stream. Someday. I think it's kind of fun just to go in and do something and see where it ends, right? It's like watching the crazy Russian hacker test something he never looked at, the instructions. Yep. Okay. So there should be some Wi-Fi access points somewhere. So let's look for Wi-Fi. Feinstaub sensor. I found it. It might not be a good idea to show, but come on. There we go. Feinstaub sensor. Ja. 989081193 something. Connecting. Do I want a beer? Is that a question? Yes. Okay, so it instantly, that's kind of cool though. What it instantly does is using the feature for hotspots to drop in this, please, this list, like drop you right in the configuration. So that's really cool. So the only thing I don't like is that it's German, which is not a problem for me though, but yeah. Lol, the blue on the iPhone is getting... It's not the blue, it's the green, mister. It's the green. Can you see the green? You can see right through me. But yeah. So let's connect it to my IoT network. If it here, can I just click on it? Yeah, I can. Then I have to put in a password, which I should get from my password manager, and then it disconnects. What the hell? Okay, this is not what I expected to happen. Let's try that again. So I have to look up the password for my NOT network. IoT network, I'm sorry. IoT password, copy. Now let's try this again. Wi-Fi. Feinstaub sensor. IoT network. Password, paste. Speichern und neu starten, ja. Das machen wir. Sensor wird neu gestartet. Ah, das ist ja super. Danke. No, there's no...
You're really talking.
No, there's no language setting there, so that's a bit weird, but whoa, that's a nice beer. I'm drinking my coffee. Which is cold.
1, 2, 3, saufen!
Danke sehr. Prost.
Prost.
I'm going to say cheers. This is a fine looking beer. What is this? Madam? A straffe Hendrik? Really? Oh boy, this is a heavy one. This is a heavy one. Maybe that's why it's not so popular in the US. Yeah, maybe, but it's open source, so we could contribute. We could probably make it better. Prost from Germany. Prost, sir. Does the sensor measure alcohol? I'm not sure. Are there particles in? Wat zeg je? An alcohol sensor for Home Assistant? The Home Assistant alcohol sensor.
Oh, please do.
Please do. And what would be the point? What would be the point? Lass das Bier mal laufen. Oh.
A whole lot of fun.
We will make it popular. There we go, Dr. C's. But why would we build an alcohol sensor?
Nuts.
Now, well, there's one dude, he was on a podcast. If you haven't checked the last podcast yet from Home Assistant, It was a dude, he built his beer tank, and he can actually measure the amount of beer going through the pipes and stuff, which is kind of cool, so he knows when the can is out. But you're talking about measuring alcohol percentage or promillage.
That's a drink. So,
You're
And then,
drunk.
and then Google Home would say you're drunk.
Yeah.
That's it? Just that?
just that.
Too drunk to leave the house, HA will lock you inside, so you have to blow a sensor, like, in order to open the outside door.
Yeah, when I had so much to drink and I have to work the next day, then I can blow into the sensor. You cannot work.
Oh boy.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. Be
It's a
right
fun
back, grabbing some
Friday
lunch. Okay,
project.
Dr. C, see ya in a bit.
It's a Friday.
It's a Friday project, could be. Just cracked a Heineken myself. That's not a beer, that's water, sir.
What's one?
He cracked a Heineken.
That's one.
That's water. That's just water. We're drinking there, mate. Backtracks make a breath analyzer that has Bluetooth to send data to your phone. I want to
Then I'm
know-
going to drink it to kill you.
And then you're going to drink to kill you.
You know what happened last time.
TTS announcements, go drunk your home from your Google Home Hub. That's cool.
I see potential.
I see potential. Well, it would be kind of cool, right? Okay, so I've reset this thing, and it should be on my Wi-Fi, right? So let's see. There it is. There it is. And it's on my double-click to open the configuration page. Okay, let's zoom in a little for you guys. So this looks like like English and German mixed together. Can I change the language now? Yes, I can. Okay, English, please. Speichern und neu starten. Ja, da gehen wir. Real men drink whiskey. Yeah, sure. If that floats your boat. Okay, I now have to get myself a whiskey. There you go, Danny. It's Friday. Hobgoblin for me. Oh boy. But you can switch it to English. It should be like English from the start, right? And it's probably rebooting now. It's waiting for it, it's still loading. So while this is loading, we should scroll up again to see how to connect stuff. There's also an FAQ. I think it's done loading. There it is. There we go. This is readable for you guys as well. Current data. Well, that's not much, which is expected, right? Or have multiple images to flash the different languages, so you don't have to use a translator to change it. Guess so. But you have now a recording you can check on YouTube to find where I changed it, probably. Carbonated water for me, work tomorrow. That's okay, Frijo. I still have a bottle of carbonated water as well, so. Nice. So configuration, you can set authorization. Give where it goes to. I'm going to use the BME 280, this one. Yeah, this one with temperature, humidity, and air pressure. So here you can see which other parts you can use. Oh, GPS, Neo 6M. I think I have one of those. I have a couple of those. I could add GPS, not sure why. Like you could make a moving sensor, maybe? I don't know. Feels a bit useless. LCD. Measuring interval. Send to CSV, sends to FindStop app. Oh, there's an app for that. InfluxDB. It supports Influx. It supports freaking Influx. Send data to own API. So this might be... I'm not sure how it does. Maybe this can be sent to Home Assistant directly. That would be cool. GPS for if you put it on your IV, I guess. Maybe. Build a bunch of sensors in one place, deploy them and use GPS to set a location. Sure, but you would have to buy a GPS and then hook it up to it, and then it will stay on it, probably. Or just enter coordinates in the admin panel later on. Okay. So we have to hook up stuff now. Let's see. Let's start with the SDS, like this one. This is the most exciting one, alright? Let's get the tube out of the way. I do not need the tube right now. Here we go. It's a 6mm tube, by the way. If you look for it, it's a 6mm tube. So TX, RX, ground, and 5 volts. So it needs. So this is the VVC and the ground. TX, RX, and that should go. So TX goes to D1, and D2 has RX. I need cables. I'm going to do this without a breadboard to start with. Did not see this. Could you connect a rain sensor to it? I did not see it. Would be interesting though. Would be interesting though. Not sure. I do have one though. Oh, I have these nice short ones. So I have a bunch of cables here, nice short ones. Like these standard Dupont cables. So we need power. I'm going to make them loose. How about this project builds your car sending information as you drive around? GPS makes sense in this case. Yeah, probably. If you would have put it in your car, it could be useful. Okay, let's add some things. We need a ground, we need a power. I'm going to use a white and a gray cable for it. I'm not sure if it's a good idea to hook it up while it's powered, but we're going to try. TX, RX. So we have the D1 that goes to RT. So TX goes to D2, right? TX goes to That's weird. That doesn't match any mapping from the D1 Mini. So that's weird. I would unplug that myself. Okay. Done. Unplugged. Okay, this is TX. I'm going to connect TX to the receiving end on the... There we go. Then we have to connect ground, which is next to it. Ground to ground, and then 5 volts is skip one. Okay, that should do the trick. Power it up, baby. Let's see what it does. A wind sensor would be nice too. Those are actually pretty expensive. Some good wind sensors. If you guys can find like a good wind sensor and a rain sensor that would allows us to build a weather station, right? Like a good one. Like if you could combine this with indeed a rain sensor, a wind, and like a rain amount measurement sensor, like raining or not and how much it rained, that would be cool. And then add a light sensor to it. That would be like the ultimate weather station, probably, right? Okay, let's see. Is there something in here? Refresh. Configuration. Can I say how much updates? Measuring interval. Let's make that 30 seconds or something for now. Save and restart. Around £25 on AliExpress. That's payable. Is this powered by external power supply? I don't think USB port of your Mac will provide enough juice. This is actually it's hooked up to USB-C powered right now, so should be enough. Okay. Well, that's not worky. Yeah, it glitched. So, what's wrong? There's no trigger, right? Debug info. Hi. Where can I read the debug stuff? Current data. So where's the debug information? And now it's gone again. 1 second since last measurement. It seems to crash as soon as it is. So maybe are the TXRs and power correct on the SDS? So that's something we need to check, right? So you guys can take a look, by the way, if you go to frank.link /SDS011. This is the sensor I'm playing with. So I think there are some schematics on there as well. TX. Maybe I should switch those. Nope. Unplugged myself. Meanwhile. 3.3 or 5 volts on the SDS? 5, I guess. That's a good question. Did I blow it up now? 5. I did put 5 volts on it. Your links get blocked by AdGuard. Yeah, sure. Sorry, mate. It's redirected through Genius links, so it gives you a choice on if you want to buy it, where to buy it. And some AdGuard block, like AdGuard, and some Pi-holes block it. That's fine by me though. But you can look for SDS. You can Google it, right? If you want to. Maybe it is the power supply. Let me get like I already have a power supply here from my phone, which I do not need anymore. So let me pick up the cable and put it in like a decent power supply. Hold on. The SDS011 even available on Amazon, by the way. Yeah, it's available on Amazon. I've not added it yet, but it's available on Amazon. Okay. So it's now powered via like a 10-watt power supply from an iPad. Should be enough, right? Nope. So my first guess is TX RX should be switch. Oh, there's a little light on the back. I'm not sure if it's visible on the camera. There's a little LED. There's a little LED. You bought it from eBay. That's possible as well. Those sensors are really... It's a Nova PM or something. You can get them like freaking everywhere. So it blinks red right here. I'm not sure if the blinking is okay. It blinks red. Not sure what it does. Configuration. SDS. So maybe it does need to be connected to the D1. I did now TX-RX, so maybe that's the issue. That's disconnected. D1, D2, as in the instructions. Don't be like smarter than the instructions. Here we go. I don't like there's nothing button like, okay, right now, please. Here we go. It works. It works. I wish I still have to make an animation to do something that it works. Like, I don't know.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Not expected it a bit though. So we have data, ladies and gentlemen. We have liftoff. That's cool. So let's go back to home. I want to change the configuration since I'm going to use a BME to 80. So it was a read fucking manual issue? No, yeah, maybe. The problem is the manual works with the regular Node MCU ESP 806822 board. This is in D1 Mini. And the pins are a little bit different. So I thought, okay, so this it's serial connected. So this is serial connection. So there's TX-RX on the board. So I connected it to TX-RX on my D1 Mini as well. That's faulty. So I have to connect it to D1 and D2 as written in the manual. So they are using D1, D2 actually and not TX-RX pins. If you blow on that, does the sensor react? I'm not sure. Let's test your brand quality. Oh boy. Maybe if we hook up one of the bit of wire, like the tubing. So let's see what it does now. Okay. So it expects the BME sensor, which I have right here. I have no clue on how to wire up this thing. It has a ground, an SLC, SDA. So maybe we should find something. The BME, PME, Werden per IC2 serial bus, yeah, mehrere Komponenten. So this is a 3.3 volts. The ground SLC goes to D4 and D3. So it's I2C bus. It's there, yeah. So it's I2C bus. Robert Patera linked it. It's the 280, the BME 280, and you can get it like freaking everywhere. So these are like fair components. So we need we need 4 wires. So there are 5 wires on this little stack. Going to cut one off. 4 little wires on this stack. So we need to connect the VVC. Let's make that one red. It makes it a bit obvious, right? Red. And then we need the ground. Where's the ground on this thing? Oh, the ground is going to be orange. And then we have SCL and SDA. Oh, they're all next to each other. How fun. How convenient. Here we go. So, focus freaking thing, it won't focus. Will this one focus? Oh well, it's all connected. D1 mini likes D1 and D2 for I2C as well. Uh-oh, really? But they are connected to GPIO? I do have them available, D4 and D3, so red is VVC and ground. So here we go. Little problem 1. The D1 mini does not have 2 grounds. So probably you would be better off with a Node MCU, but okay, challenge accepted. I'm going to use a butt ugly solution. Hold on your horses. So I'm going to use a couple of DuPont cables with male, female, different endings, and the little breadboard for now. Does that work? What I'm thinking? Yes, it does. Okay, let's make these all ground. I'm going to use them to just spread the ground. I'm sure this is not like how you would want it to do it, but for now I'm just looking for getting it to work. So yeah, let's disconnect this one here. Ground from the BME. Here we go. Put this into place. Voila. So the red one goes to the 3.3 volts. Here we go. Then we have SLC goes to D4. SLC, which is SCL, which is the yellow one, should go to D4. And then the other one goes to D3, right? Okay. Hi, are you liking it already? Like this little freaking... Okay. So it's ugly? So let's see if Frank ends up with a construction that fits into the tube. I kind of expected it not to fit in the tube today. If I would do this, like, I do not like this connection, for example. I do not like this connection. The reason why I bought the SDS 011 with the USB stick, like, you get this little USB thingy with it, like this little freaking board and this little thing. Like, it's cool and all that it has a serial board, but I'm not going to use it. But the reason, if you order it with this one, which is just as expensive as without it, they will deliver this little cable. And this cable just connects to the SDS, and I would just solder it onto a D1 Mini without header pins in the case, like directly onto the board. So I ordered it with this, and before I will put it into that little tube and place it outside, I would definitely make a good connection and solder it. This is just weak. This just not feel right. This was not created for this. And the DuPont connectors, DuPont, is it DuPont? I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but these connectors feel loose and weird. I would not recommend doing that off the bat. So this is the reason why I ordered with the USB stick. Okay, so the thing is connected. Do we have data? Nope, we don't. So something is wrong. Dupont? Dupont? Is it French? Dupont? I'm not sure. You can pronounce it in Dutch. It would be Dupont. And Dupont in French, I guess. I'm not sure. Okay, so is this a time thingy? Or is it just really not working at all? Should I see something somewhere? It is a dew point. Enable the sensor in setting. I did, I guess. Yeah, it's not working. Something in the setting? I did. It's enabled right here, so that should be enough, right? That should do the trick. So it's enabled, it's not working. So I have to check the wiring. So this is the 3.3 volts. This is the ground. SDA is going to D3. Oh, you can actually feel this little sensor working. I feel a small like puff coming out, like a small wind from the SDS. That's kind of cool. Oh, what did I do? So SDA goes to that's actually radiation. It's the laser. It's laser. So SDA goes to D3. SDA. I'm actually pretty sure it's wired up correctly. So why the hell is it not working? I like this debug thing, but where do you find the debug information? Reboot. Have you tried turning it on and off again? That's a good question. Let's start. Restart sensor. Restart. Here we go. Good thing I had the breadboard around. Rule 101, turn it off and then turn it back on again. I agree, Dave. I agree. That's a good point you have there, son. Nope. Yes, I work in IT, I can confirm. I work in IT as well. I confirm it as well. So nothing. It's nothing. I could try hooking up an DH222. I have one of those as well, just to see if that thing works. This is like, maybe it's just like the way I wired it up, or maybe this is a faulty board. I got multiple of them, but this is the only one I have pre-soldered, so the other ones do not have a header. I tend to buy like all sensors like in duplicate. Like one is, make sure the BME is not connected to 5 volt. No, it's connected to 3.3. This little wire, this red wire, is going to the BME, and this is the 3.3 volts of the D1 Mini. So I'm sure it's wired correctly. I've double checked it. The D1 has a specific set of pins for I2C. Yeah, this might be an issue with the board I'm using. So this is the D1 Mini board, right? And maybe I should just use a regular one. Just because this probably isn't created for a D1 Mini, which would be a shame. Well, this one goes on now. You can see the light turn up and has new data. So this one works though. So maybe I should just go and try again and use an actually ESP Node MCU type of board. Pins D1 for SCL and 2D for SDA. Oh boy. The pins you are using are connected to the same GPI 0 on both Node MCU and D1 Mini. Really? Yeah. Except those right here. This is different. So if I look for like the Node MCU pinout. Oh, come on. Oh, they're right next to each other. No, they are the same. This should work. It's just weird that D2 and D1 are... Oh, there's an issue. Thank you, Robert, I guess. Am I missing something? Have you seen here? It's D2 and D2 on both, but the GPIO numbers are different. D2 is GPIO 4. G2 is GPIO 4. But this is connected to D4, which is GPIO 0 and 2. It's GPIO 0 and 2, so that's the reason. And it uses flash and TDX. Flash and no TDX. So... bit different. Look at the top pinouts. So VVC 3.3 ground. Are they really lighting fireworks? Well, Happy New Year. Fireworks outside. Oh, it's August. I'm thinking the SDA SCL pins are not changeable. Could be. You might need to input the debug tool on your Mac. Like from here? There's no debug here. It's just a little flashing tool. I missed the notification. Who was it? So the Boca, thank you for the follow on Twitch, mate. That's really appreciated. And please let me know in the chat, sir. Do you like cats or dogs? Cats or dogs? This website also says use D433 for Luftdaten. They use a D1 Mini. So let's check. D3, D4. This is how I have wired it up though. Ground from here. Ground 3.3. BME 280. Dave Letters, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. That's appreciated. Please let me know in the chat, sir. Do you like cats and dogs? Or cats or dogs, I should say. Cats or dogs. So that's important for me to know. Like, so the Buckeye would just follow me. He likes dogs. So here's Snoop Dogg in the house for you, bro. Thank you so much for the follow. That's appreciated. So 3.3 volts. I'm going to disconnect and recheck all the wires again. Okay. Let me change my mic a bit so you guys can keep hearing me. So this is the 3.3 volts. It's connected to 3.3 and it's connected to the first pin, which is the VVC pin, which is the ref wire. So that thing is okay. Then we have this purple wire, and this purple wire goes to the board where the ground is at. We know the ground works since the SDS sensor right here is actually working. So the ground is okay. Then we have this SCL. SCL is the yellow wire, and SCL goes, the yellow wire goes to D3. No, it goes to D4. So SCL goes to D4. Let me see. SCL goes to D4. That's correct, right? Now we have the D3, which is the green wire, which goes to this pin on the board, which is SDA. Then SDA on this board goes to D3. That makes sense. And then we have D1 and D2, which go to the RX and TX of the SDS. So this is correct. Why is this not working? This should be working. I don't get it. This is a BME 280 for sure. Maybe it isn't a BME 280. Let me get another one, just to make sure. I should have something similar. This is for sure BME 280, which I got this week. And it's absolutely the same board. The types and the printing is exactly the same. And these are from two different manufacturers, like two different shops. Debugs are probably accessible via console. Good point. So let's open up a console type of thing. I need a console type of thing on my Mac. Mac console. Serial. I'm not sure. What else? Putty. No, it is not. I do not have Putty. Putty on a Mac? Is Putty for Mac? Oh, Putty is for Mac. That's cool. Nope. Screen for the winning. That's probably a good idea. So let me find the device. Oh, it's not connected. Okay, so I have to hook it up. And if I hook it up, the BME doesn't work, I think. Or the SDS. I'm just going to try one more time. The wiring is correct. Terminal. I'm missing something really simple. Configuration, let's check it. Authorization, Wi-Fi sensor, SDS 011, particle matters. Checkerboard double. It's not a BMP, right? No, it's a BME. Could be a P. It could be a P. It could be a P. It's a P/E on it. Let's try. This could be wrong. Let's try it for sure. Let's try the P. Let's try to P. That sounds weird. Try connecting pin 5 of the module CSB VC to the I2C interface. Why, Wombat? I've been ripped off. It does not have pressure. It's a BMP. It's a BMP 280. This is not an E. This, sir, is not an E, and that's not what I've ordered. So, welcome to the wonderful world of AliExpress. Welcome to the wonderful world of AliExpress. Oh, wait, there's a little marker here. This is an E? There's an E marker here. Yeah, this board has not been marked. So what's on this board, it's not visible, but for you guys. But there's the type number is. It says BME 280, and then it says an E and an P with a little white checkbox thingy. This one has not checked anything, so these are like P/E with two little white boxes behind them, and there's nothing on it, no indicator. So this is probably the P. However, this one, which I have not soldered on, has a little check mark in the E box. So this is probably the BME for sure. For sure, I should have tested, but this is probably the E. But it's not soldered, so yeah, could not use it right now. But this one is probably, well, we see it already, and this is the P version. So for my final version, I was going to use this one as well for the final version. So this one should have pressure. This one doesn't. So that was the whole problem all the time. This is not a BME, this is a BMP. So it has no pressure. Easy. Chinese fault again? I'm not sure. Is it Chinese? Is it the fault of the Chinese? So we figured that one out. That means we're now ending up with a working sensor that has data. Couldn't you test real quick with some mil jumper cables? I could test it with yeah, let's do it. You're right, let's test it. It has pressure, it's showing it. Do you mean humidity? It has pressure, yeah, sorry, I meant humidity. So humidity is missing on this one, sorry. I'm mixing up things. So this one has air pressure and temperature and no humidity. I'm sorry. But that's the board I have indeed. Oh, and it shows the image pretty well. So you can see right here, oh, if I remove the camera, you can see right here, it writes, let me zoom in a little. It says GY PM, then there's an E/E, E/P, and there are like two little white boxes here. And on the first one, none of these is checked. So it's probably the P version. And this one that isn't soldered, that has the E one checked off. Like there's a little black dot in here. So I guess that's probably the reason why this is a P and the other one is an E. Okay, so that makes me trying. Let's try. Today on Frank's stream, the finite art of soldering. I'm not soldering on this desk. I can assure you, I will not be soldering on this desk. Never ever. This desk was custom made. So. Shall I try to hook it up? Get a black pen, mark it, and it will fix it. It's not an AMD processor. If somebody had like, what was it again? It was the AMD. Weren't the Atlas, right? Like years back. You could speed them up and unlock them by using a pencil, drawing a little graphite line on them. So I'm going to use a couple of those alligator clips. Maybe I can get just enough connection to test if that's the difference. Do not try this at home. Not sure if that's appropriate, but whatever. Okay. I'm going to do this in the butt ugliest way ever. So this is the... Here we go. PVC. Need a ground, which is red, of course. This is so not going to work. Okay. And then we need yellow, which is D4, and D4 went to, what was it again? D4 went to somewhere here. D4 went to SCL. Really, this is a bad idea. This is not going to work. Don't have the SDS center, but BME does work with the D1 Mini here on Luftdaten. It works, but it's not a BME, it's a BMP, which I had. And this wiring is so not a good idea ever. You cannot almost not see it, but let's see. This is the worst idea ever. Do not do this, really. Okay, let's try it. Well, no magic smoke. Where did I have it? Well, it doesn't even turn on. It does. It does turn on. Okay. So let's switch the sensor. Let's see if this works. Configuration. Let's switch it to the BME. Let's see if this is a BME. Save and restart. Looks good to me. Just need some tape on it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It will either work or explode. Absolutely, Padre. Absolutely. I have it really. I have it. It's a bit warm now. If you can imagine, this is just not how it should be wired up. This is not how it should be wired up. 10 seconds to first measurement. This is not going to work. I can feel it. It's just way too loose. It's working! Can you believe this? Can you believe this? So this is a BME. What the hell? You are not going to believe this. It will still fit in a tube. No worries. Janky as fuck, but it works. It's unbelievable. I'm going to show you a bit. Let me get a camera. Like, don't wire this like that, kids. Do not wire it like this. Do not wire it like this. It's freaking unbelievable. You should not wire it like this. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, if I don't touch it, it will probably keep working. So yeah, so as you can see, the humidity is pretty high at this point, and the temperature is not as great. Like it's pretty moisture, it's pretty pressurized here, so it's, I'm not sure how you call it, but it has been raining today and it's still warm, so it's a little bit like humidity is, it's not okay. Better connection than breadboard. Probably, yeah. Looks good, put it in the tube. Oh boy. But yeah, it works. It kind of works somewhat, somehow. I don't know. It's so weird to navigate a camera that's in like reverse for the. But this is basically it. You have now a nice overview. Sponsored by GCL PCB. Who's GCL PCB? I heard they make shite. No, no. Okay. Get the hot glue out. Gonna just glue it all up. Like, put as much glue as you can on it, and it will stick and stay the same way, right? That's the idea, right? Just glue it all. So that's why I got this extra cable for the SDS, just to hook them up probably properly, and well, I'm going to solder this, that's for sure. So I'm not going to make this awesome tube tonight on stream, that's for sure. I will make it tomorrow. I will send out a picture on Twitter, so if you do not follow me on Twitter, it's twitter.com/Frank, or check my Instagram on instagram.com/Frank. I will put a picture in there on the final project, and maybe some pictures in between. The hot glue works for Dr. Z's. I do have a hot glue gun though. You should have a hot glue gun if you make like DIY projects like this one. Okay. So what's next? I want to know if I can hook this up to Home Assistant. Like we have this little API, right? And here in the configuration, it says something like send to InfluxDB, which would be cool. We could try doing that, by the way. You can send it to its own API, but that would not work in my case, since my network will not allow that. Sure, as long as nothing moves, you can. Don't forget the RGB lights from the tube. RGB lighting? What do you want me to do? Like, making it like, I don't know. I could add one. I have this little strip. This is a little WS, what is it, 2813, 8213 strip. So this is individual addressable lights, and I have this little strip here with 7 LEDs on them, and this is my play and fool around strip. So this can be powered by the ESP itself, and well, I can just plug it in and play with firmware and stuff, and still see some results. So this is kind of cool. I could maybe add this one. No, it's not supported by Luftdaten, but you could add it and then, I don't know, show a show as soon as the measurements start and make it red, green, or based on like the measurements. That would be kind of cool though. Yeah. You can get data from the sensor using a REST from Home Assistant. Nice. Standard integration, yes. It has, Home Assistant has a standard integration for OpenSenseMap and for Luftdaten, where you can send off the data to, like to both at the same time. So this little firmware chip thingy has, wherever I left it, right here, you can send data to OpenSenseMap and to an app stuff and into the guys from, I don't know, from wherever they are. So I could go into here, I could say somewhere here, there should be some login button or something. Meine Luftdaten.info. Ja, hier sind wir, ja. Give me the English side. Let's log in. So sensor ID. As you can see, sometimes I do a little bit of preparation. I made an account. Did you see that? I already made my account. Yes? Okay, here we go. Personal sensor name, Frank's sensor. Sure. Save settings. Oh. I hope you understand I'm not writing this on like the stream, right? Check the URL IP/data.json. Is it in there? Oh, nice. And there's a lot of data too. There's a lot of data too. Look at this. So we have software version, the age, which is 22. What the hell is 22 for an age? Like 22 days, years, months, seconds, minutes? I'm not sure what age is. So we have the P1, the P2, we have the temperature, humidity, and pressure, the number of samples, I guess, and a signal value. So this is second old data. Oh, okay. Sometimes it doesn't respond, and then it starts responding again. So that's going to be weird. That's the number of seconds indeed. They should use like the multiple cores. Oh no, this is a 28266. So, But that's cool. This allows us to do stuff in Home Assistant with simple things. Let's hook it up. Let's hook it up to Home Assistant. Let's do it. So this is my Home Assistant. Let's go into my config. Hello, welcome to my configuration. Okay. So we need to create some entities and we need to create some sensors. That's for sure. So I'm going to create sensors for each of these. Get out. For each of these, get out. I know how to connect it now. Yeah, it's connected. Sure. Let's clean up. This is connected. We know this pin out. We need this one. So let's connect some things. The page seems to glitch whenever it's actively taking a measurement. Yeah, that's because it's probably not using async stuff. So, with ESP Home, you probably would have fixed it, but it would be better if the sensor pushed out the data as soon as it knows it, instead of like grabbing it. But it doesn't matter that much. It's not like this data changes like every freaking second. You want to measure it like, I don't know, every 10 minutes ish, maybe, max 5, whatever. And you could just use the API, right, to get the data. But will it still work when you connect everything properly? Yeah, that's a good that's a good question there, Basley. That's a good question. Okay. I don't think I need rest for this, right? What's not proper now? Oh boy. So what would I need to do this? What would I need? Is it like a rest is not the thing, right? A rest is, what is a rest? Rest is the way. Is it a rest? What's the difference between a rest and rest? Like, can you tell me the difference? Oh, that's a different. Okay, Fine. So I would need RESTful binary sensor, and we need a RESTful sensor right here. So platform will be REST with an endpoint. So this is basically it, right? So let's create a sensor for like the P1 value. So this would be P1 would be the it would probably the 2.5 stuff. 9.5 micro thingies. What's the difference? I'm not sure. AREST seems to be like a specific protocol for something, while this is just a RESTful API. Velkup, good evening. Hi chat. Hey mate, how do you do? Thank you for tuning in, mate. So let's use this one. Let's create the new file. Let's call it garden PM 2.5 PM25 2.5. Point is not allowed. 25 whatever. It doesn't matter that much. I will probably think of something later. Okay, here we go. Endpoint. Method will be get by default, which is what we have. We can give it a name. We can give it a name like PME 12.5. Is that a valid name? It is, right? And we can give it value data. So that would be something like oh boy, how do you read this? Optimus Prime is announced. Hey all, how you doing, Frank? Just tune in. Hey mate, how do you do? So sensor data values. And then you need, oh boy, how do you filter this? Is it always the same order? Like 0 value? This is how it works? I have no clue. Like this is the first item in the array. Should be the second though. Optimus Prime, I know. Thank you for resubscribing, man. That's appreciated. Here we go. Yeah, boy. Nine point five is the 2.5. So the second one is the 2.5. So this is one. We'll get the file. Thank you so much for subscribing, man. That's appreciated. So this would need a unit of measurement, right? So the unit of measurement is, I need to add it. And it would be, I'm going to copy and paste that one for sure. Morning Frank, hey Garrett, how do you do? I'd use the template editor to try out the values. I cannot, since I do not have the sensor data yet. Olfa Svensson, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. That's appreciated a lot. That's appreciated. Please let me know in the chat, by the way. Do you like cats or dogs? Yay, happy since I subbed to Nabokasa. So happy since I subbed to Nabokasa a couple of days. Everything works great. That's great to hear, Optimus Prime. Have you hooked up your... Yeah, you did. You hooked up your Google Home and Alexa stuff, right? Wouldn't you do a sensor data value name to grab in? Not sure. I'm not sure how it is exposed actually. Let's just... Bedroom 1, bedroom 2. Oh boy. So sensor data values would be the one that I got, right? So that would be similar to here. So JSON attributes would be sensor data. And then it gets from it. Like it uses a REST sensor to get all the sensor data. And then it uses a template to get it from that. Which is actually makes sense since you would only update one. So here we go. This makes sense. So let's make a new one. Garden Luftdaten.yaml. Platform. This would be the REST sensor. So this would actually get this stuff. Like, not all of it. So this was cut this one, so this would be the Garden Luftdaten sensor. Whatever.
Why are you?
What?
Why do you type in it?
Because that's the name of the sensor. I'm not making it up. I'm sorry. Sleep on, honey. Night night. Value template, okay. Value template could be something else, but let's just make it JSON attributes. Oh, somebody already listed it? Cool. That's a command line, why? This is pulling it from influx. So that's different. But it looks okay. But I'm not I do not want to base sensors on influx, to be honest. Send you a message in Discord for the template with editor, Twitch message with formats. Okay. Thank you, Julius. Play sample from the website here, test value. Ah, okay, that's a good idea. Thank you so much. I could try doing that. Let me see, where's my Home Assistant? It should be here in Vivaldi. Hello, Home Assistant. Template. This is from Ludius. Play sample from the website here. Okay. Hello, sample from the website. I'm going to place you here. Software version. So that works. Thank you, Ludius. That's helpful. That's helpful. So this should be sensor data values. There we go. 0.0 dot value. Yeah. Can I list this as like I think I'm on the right track though. Thank you, Lydius. That's helpful for debugging. Thank you so much. So I should get sensor data. Value thingy. Sensor data values. That's what I'm interested in. Right? Value template. I could use the software version to show the version of the software. Dominant for life, thank you for subscribing, man. That's appreciated. Here we go. Yeah, boy. I like this example where they just get like just one. But it can also, you can provide multiple sensors? Oh boy. Where is it? Where is it? There's an example in here which is weird. Let's get again. Headers, agent, encoding, headers, fine. Nice. Oh, that's a template platform. Template. Okay. Okay. And here they get like the sensor OWM report, and then they get the main attribute. So that's the attribute of this one. This is not going to work. I should just go back. I should do name particle PM 2.5. Oh, come on now. This should just get it. This should just work. Nope. Do not run check on stream. Almost made an error. Almost did a boo-boo. Mush. To the server. Dogs! He likes dogs. Give the man some Snoop Dogg. He is Snoop Dogg in the house for you. Thank you so much for subscribing, man. That's appreciated. Thank you so much, sir. SIO check. Let's check. Let's run a check real quick here. Let's get rid of this thing. Not to make this an error by accident. Which was the basic thing which getting the data for your curl? I'm not using curl as an external command to do this. That's not like what I want to. Okay, the check passes. Let's restart. What could happen? What could possibly go wrong? Nope. What could possibly go wrong, right? Have you guys seen a topic I started on Twitter, by the way? If you're on Twitter, you should check like this little tweet from mine. If you haven't done yet, you should, and mainly because not because I tweeted it. Oh no, it's not. This is the wrong one. Hold on. Nope. Oh, people responded actually. I retweeted. Oh boy, which rocket am I on? Yeah. This is the little thread I've been starting yesterday. And the cool thing about this thread is I asked people to, well, I need some Lovelace inspiration. Come on, make a screenshot. You should do too, by the way, and put it on Twitter. So I did. I went first. This is the ugly one, and then everybody started like popping up screenshot of their systems, and there's actually really nice stuff in here to check out. Some of you have seen some of those, but some are already new. I dig this theme, for example. I like this theme a lot. I would probably make the blue less bluish and the white a little bit wider though, but I kind of dig it. There's really tons of stuff in here going on, so if you haven't seen it yet, go in and maybe just, I don't know, drop in yours. Okay. Do we have something now? Garden. I would expect something. Oh, PM. Here it is. It's unavailable. There it is. 9.33. 9.33. 9.33. 9.33. So, where did it get its value? What are those red badges on those buttons? I do not know. I guess it would be like the number of emails or the number of open windows or the number of lights on. I'm not sure. 8.98 UG. Yeah, that makes sense. This matches. So this works, actually. The naming is off, but I can fix that. But this actually works. Nice! 9.5. I'm getting the wrong attribute, I guess. It behaves a bit weird. No, it doesn't. It makes sense. It's just slow. PhotoWorks, thank you for subscribing, man. That's appreciated. Here we go. Yeah, boy. Thank you so much, sir. That's appreciated. So this is how I get these sensors in. Okay, should I get something in? It refreshes once in 30 seconds. Yeah, that makes sense, I know. 10.4. Okay. Well, that works, right? I'm not sure what the samples is. Is there any information on the API? There wasn't a link. Somebody sent me a link on how they did it with curl. There's probably information in there what it is. Humidity. Statistics. Ah, that's nice. This is a nice template sensor though. showing some air quality based on mean data. That's smart. It takes a couple of samples probably. Or based on age. That's smart. Okay, let's fix those sensors up. They're darn ugly right now. You don't use a JSON formatter in your browser. It's not sent out as JSON format, especially, I think. It does. No, I do not have a JSON format, but I don't because we have the response here, and it should format. Why doesn't it? Okay, never mind. But not necessarily needed. Okay, so let's get the other ones in. Let's get the other ones in. Let's make it complete. Let's fix the naming. Let's make it nice and clean and working. Those curl example templates work for me. Just use in the rest sensor, but if the sensor order changed, it seems that it would mess up data. True. I don't think I can do like a JSON query, like a JQ. Yeah, I don't have SDS, so BME temp is first one. Yeah, sure. One setup may not be an issue. I don't know. For now, I'm going to assume it's always the same. I've not seen it switch or change it. I think it's fairly safe to say it's the same. I could check the code and make sure it is. And I don't think there's a query language in JSON. Order won't change unless you change the sensor in the configuration. Thank you, Scally. That's helpful. So air quality, let's check the rest sensor again. What is the parameters we have? We have a device class, we have value template, timeout, unit of measurement, resource method name. Okay, that I can live with. So this is the garden Luftdaten PME25. PM25, not PME. It's not a brand. This would be the 10. That's sensor value 0. What's the device class on this thing? Do we have a device class for this? I don't think so, right? Temperature. We do have pressure. Okay. Fine, got this one. Paste it and let's rename it. Temperature. And this is going to be value number 1, 2, 3. Value number 3. 0, 1, 2. So value number 2. 2. I do not need a unit of measurement. Let's see what they did. They do though. They could set a device class as well. I'm not sure if that's like makes sense. Okay. Temperature. Humidity device class. Right? Okay, which is number 3, I hope. Yes, it is. No pressure from them? No pressure. HPA, that's it. HPA. So that would be value 4. Let's check it. SIO HA check. It passes. Restart. Show me the money. Come on. Connection lost. Reconnecting. There we go. This is a weird failure, but okay. How? It's not HPA? We might need a calculation on that. Yeah. Here is an example using an if statement to void the index. That's a good idea. I like this one. That's a really good idea. Multiply around. That's a good idea. Some good ideas happening there. This is the pressure. I like the kind of like these value select stuff here. That could improve it. Let me try one, just one. SDS P1. This is the SDS P1. No, this is the P2. But this kinda for I in value.json sensor value, so that should be this one. That might do the trick there. Really good. Thank you, Paul. Running a check. Going to restart. That should fix our pressure and see if we still have the 2.5 micrometer sensor value. Nope. What's wrong? Syntax error. Where did I boo? I boo in the multiply stuff. Those hard-coded indexes hurt my eyes, I can imagine. Ah, yeah. I agree, Paul. That's not beautiful. And to be honest, this ain't beautiful either, but it's less worse, I would say. It's less worse. Restart it. Let's restart Home Assistant. Let's see if the PME 2.5 micrometers still work. And if the barometric pressure stuff still is okay. Since, well, it's not okay, by the way. Reconnecting. Let's wait for the sensors to pop up. Come on. Look already. Meanwhile, ManOS, subscribe to YouTube and we will see a notification any moment now. Thank you so much for subscribing. There we go. Thank you so much, Mano. You're now officially a Home Assistant homie, and please let me know in the chat, sir. Do you like cats or dogs? So, humidity died on me. That's weird. This one works, the PM2 works. Humidity died. And why? Because it probably pulled while it was like getting data, maybe? Yeah, there it is. This works, Paul. It works. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And the barometric pressure looks fine now. It's 1001, which kind of makes sense. I like the comma stuff. Maybe. I don't know. This is nice. So we now have a Luftdaten sensor going. Humidity. It's a little bit high on humidity here, as you can see. Cool. And then they had like a little sensor which I really liked, which is this little piece here with the statistics. So it's excellent air quality if it's below 25 and below 15. So the air quality here is excellent. Still no Unify update, Frank. No, there's no Unify update at ongoing because there's some changes upcoming which I hope to roll out tomorrow, like new base images. But I hope to finish it up tomorrow, Gary. But it is in progress. Yep, let's fix those hard-coded indexes. Hard-coded indexes. That was a good call there. So I can just use these value templates. And this is humidity, and humidity was this one. Here we go. Remove this old one. This one I need to pay attention to, so this should be value. Well, this becomes I, that's easy. I dot value. Then we need to pressure. At Frankfurt value and values. That's even shorter. I agree. I think, Lydius, it's the Python way. I agree. And since Jinja is partly Python and stuff, okay, fine. But I do think this is more understandable for what's going on if I would put it on GitHub. Like, if you know what I mean. But I agree. That's a shorthand way to do it. Would be exactly the same. But I like this notation personally. Actually. Just yeah. You can also give names to the PM like good fair. Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it, Andy. I've seen it. So then we should do things like maybe adding statistics so you get a mean value instead of, or just instantly just use the last value. That's possible too. What do they do? Yeah, this is fetched from InfluxDB, if I'm correct. Yes, it is. It's fetched from Influx. And then they get, like, I don't know, the last hour. And they take the mean value of the last hour. So in order to do that with the method I use is to use a statistics sensor on top of the sensor I already have to get a mean value over a time period. And then make a template sensor that does this. So yeah. I like less lines. No, I do not. I would probably have it in all one line. Never ever. If you put this all in one line, it would be like too much to read. It will not fit on all screens, and no. Absolutely no. Absolutely not. I think the syntax is okay-ish. Did I restart? No, I did just check. The check passes though, so I'm going to restart. It's kind of cool that it even works with the way I hook this thing up. It's just this, you should never do this, but it works though. Okay, let's see what Home Assistant says now. Does it still look fine? It does. I'm happy. I'm happy. I have the sensors I want. we now have the humidity particle matter 10, which is the 10 micrometer number of particles per cubic meter. The per cubic meter it is, right? Yeah. Then the 2.5 micrometer particles, the pressure, and the temperature. It's just cool. We have it. So this is locally fetched. This data is now locally fetched. I've not hooked up this to the Luftdaten and my sensors yet. So I could go in and do these Luftdaten and Luftsensor stuff, but they want to my address, which I'm not going to add right here on stream. Hey, that should be easy. It's well explained. Where's my device? Here it is. So that's it. A particulate matter sensor. Particulate? Is that a word? Yeah. So this is how you can build your own, like I did tonight. And I need to solder. I'm going to solder it all up tomorrow and make it pretty and put it in this little tube and put it outside. So in case you didn't know or haven't thought about it yet, this little tube is for hooking up. Like I'm going to hook up a little piece so it will like hook up to the sensor and then get fresh air from outside instead of from in this little tube itself. And there's fireworks again, so Happy New Year. Okay, that's it. I'm done. I built my sensor. This was my goal. Getting the thing in a working state, hooking it up to Home Assistant, try it out. I did. So I'm done. I have nothing left to tell you. I could make like these nice data points, but I want to really go in and solder these things first, and then I will promise to commit it and send it to GitHub so you can check it out. If you want my config, it's on github.com/frank somewhere. Type !config if you're interested to get my config. But I will push it out as soon as I've put it outside, and I will share some pictures on social media. Finally, a project that works somehow. Yeah, well, I kind of expected not to be like I was not going to solder on stream. That's for sure. But getting data out of it, that was kind of a goal, and hooking it up to Home Assistant, and that's the goal I've achieved, and I'm happy with it. I like the single strength stuff. Should make a sensor for that one too, though. Great job. Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you so much. I'm not going to do the stickers today, Repro. Kawoda, thank you for the follow, man. That's appreciated. Please let me know in the chat real quick here. Do you like cats or dogs? Do you like cats or dogs? That's the question. Let me switch to my talk screen now. This beer is really nice, but heavy. Beers for everyone. You haven't had your stickers yet, Robert? You should. Let me check my administration and get back to you. Dogs, you like dogs? Oh boy, that's good. Here we go, Snoop Dogg in the house for you. Thank you so much for the follow. That's appreciated. Good stuff, worked along, have my base D1 ready for SDS in a couple of days. There we go, Proto. So, if you put it up, I don't know, take a picture, put it on social media or something, whatever. What beer is this? This is the, what's it called? The Straffe Hendrik. So let me get it. From the Halve Maan. It's a Belgian beer, by the way. Untapped Straffe Hendrik, I think. Here we go. That's the beer I'm drinking right now. Straffe Hendrik Quadruple. Nice beer, yeah it is. You need to look how they get Wi-Fi percentages. Weren't you able to get that the other day for influx? Yeah, but that, Gary, that's an issue with calculations on the influx query. I could have solved it differently though. I have not looked into it. So the main issue is it was an influx query in Grafana, and I need to do some more math, which I couldn't at that point. So that makes it a bit weird. But I think I can change it with a different calculation. Have not tried it yet, to be honest. Interesting project. Luftdaten might get a couple of more converts here in the UCA. Yeah, maybe. And I think it's cool. Like, it gives you really valuable information. You could do things like giving how the air quality is. Some other things I'm currently looking at is making sensors on my own for VOC. No, not what's it called? I'm not sure what it's called. It's like measuring for particles and gases in your home that are not good for you, and measuring CO2 values, temperature, humidity, and the whole shebang. So I'm also looking in a way on how to do that nicely. Like, I could make like one of those molded or the 3D printed cases with a USB connector, but I'm actually looking something that can be built like we did here. Almost no soldering. Soldering will make it perfect, but if you want to, you can hook it up without soldering in a way that it's cheap and reliable and ESP home based preferably, and still looking at that. So oh well. Straff in German is used to say you're drunk AF. I know. I know. I live on the German border though. The quadruple by the looks of it. It is. Nice one. The beer probably helped to get us working. Yeah, sure. BME 680 will do CO, carbon monoxide, and propane natural gas detection. Sure, that's a possibility. The BME 680 is an option. It's a bit of an expensive one if I remember it correctly. I'm also looking at the, what's it called, PW19B, H19B thing to play around with. CO2 sensors are PETA. I haven't found a reliable one. Okay, let me get the PH H19B. What is it? PW19B? I always forget the part. MZH19, that's it, the 19B. That was it. Thank you, MZH19B. That's the sensor what I've been looking at to get something going for CO2, and it uses CO2, and it uses an infrared sensor. And apparently it does not, like, you do not have to reset the calibration every time you power it up and stuff. So that actually looks like a pretty good candidate. But Velkop is right, the MZH19B should be a good candidate, which I'm looking at. How about radiation sensor? Might be handy soon. Yeah, you have one of those, like in the US they have one of those guys that has access to those buttons, which might need a radiation sensor. Our government is actually sending out, we have, what's it called again? Jodium, that's iodine? No, Jodium. What's Jodium in translate? Iodine, yeah. We have iodine tablets in our house for things that happen. It's okay. I have one on route. Okay. I spy an SDS 0811. Hey, Ian Go. Yes, that's correct. We've built a little Luftdaten sensor. Going to see goodbye, helping my dad to move tomorrow. Happy weekend, everyone. Thank you, Mark Sutton, for tuning in. I'm going to say goodbye as well. I'm sorry, Ian, we're a bit late though. But we've built a Luftdaten sensor, Luftdaten sensor, and hooked it up to Home Assistant and get like particle data and temperature and pressurized data and humidity data and all kinds of data. And I've been drinking a quadruple, so I'm okay now. Is weird. Our government does prep 0 for anything. Yeah. Well, those those iodine tablets are actually for the kids, so it's sent to Lily in this case and Flynn, not for us. But yeah, and that's because we live pretty nearby a nuclear plant as well, so that's just prepping in case something goes wrong there. I don't know. So guys, thank you for tuning in. If you're still interested in the sensor or Luftdaten, let me share the link one more time. Thanks again. You're welcome, Nico. So this is the Luftdaten sensor we built, which also works with Home Assistant. And if you need the SDS sensor, if you need it, please use this link. It will give me a little bit of kickback if you want to buy it. It's Banggood and AliExpress, and they're really the most expensive part of this build, but yeah. There you go. I'm going to say good night. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to be back on Tuesday. Not entirely sure at this point, but if not, I will be back on Friday. Don't forget to tune in Sunday to Dr. Z's. He will be streaming on Sunday again, and then I will see you guys next time. I will say choo choo, homies. Choo choo. And then I should find the right buttons and time this more probably, and you know, all those kind of things. You know how this works.